Alright, so this is my first time attempting to dry moringa. I'm in my laundromat. It's still daylight, you can see. But I had like a few leaves, probably like this much of leaves on my counter and inside the kitchen, inside where I have AC. And this was just left on my kitchen counter. And I think the next day, or like 2 or 3 days, within that, it wasn't too long. It might have been 1 day or 2 or 3 days. Where I just picked these fresh, and like 2 or 3 days later, they were like dry and crispy, and I left them inside on my kitchen counter, inside of my house. So I've laid this out in my laundromat. In here, it's pretty hot. There's no AC whatsoever. There's no fan or anything. It's just very hot in here. It's very dry and hot. If you were to like do exercise in here, any type of movement, or just go like that with your arm, you get very sweaty. It's very hot in here. But so I'm gonna try to. This is the first day. I just picked it fresh. These leaves are very fresh. So I'm gonna let this sit here and see how it looks within a few days. So I'll check back with you soon. All right, check that out. So it's been 1 day, and these things are pretty dry. I don't know if you can hear it, but they're very, very dry. So what I'm gonna do now is put this in the NutriBullet, pulverize it, see if I can make some powder out of this. I'm just taking it, just shoving it all in here. This last little bit right here. So it's all in there. So there we go. I'm not sure how you do this. Say you gotta push down and turn. I don't know what they mean by turn. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. And there we have it. It's powder. That moringa powder. Wow. How cool is that? Pure powder. After you're done blending it, you want to let it. You want to turn it over and let it sit. Don't open it yet. Just let it sit in there, or else you're gonna open it. It's gonna just right in your fucking face. So just let it settle for like. It's not gonna take long, probably like 30 seconds. Just let the smoke settle. All the smoke, just let it settle to the bottom, and then you want to open it. And you could pour it. I tried to pour it in, but I ended up spilling some. So I'm using a spoon, putting it in here, taking spoonfuls and just pouring it in here. But yeah, that NutriBullet works pretty good. If you got a NutriBullet, want to grind up some powder, make some powder, you could do it, hands down. A regular blender will work just as fine. Here it is. I can't wait to eat. Like, I'm looking forward to eat now because I just want to sprinkle this on my food immediately, as fast as I can. There was some powder on my hands. I just licked it off my hands. Tastes like moringa. Got that moringa flavor. And I just picked another batch. Just put it right here. The first batch gave me half. That's what I just showed you. Probably about half full, right? So now I'm making another batch. So this is probably going to be a full, probably like full, maybe that much of empty space in that left in that whole can. And I'm planning on filling all of these little empty. Luckily, I saved all these. I knew these were going to be useful one day, one way or another. So I'm going to save them and fill all of these up with moringa powder, so my father and my mother can eat healthier, and so can I. You know, because moringa is very healthy. This is one of the healthiest greens you can have in your backyard, and they're so easy to grow. These things can grow basically in sand, in the most stupidest soil. Like, when I say stupid, I mean like soil that has no care. Sandy soil. It could basically grow in the goddamn desert, you know. And this thing is hard to kill. You can cut a branch off and throw it on the ground. That branch will grow if you just lay that branch on the ground. This thing is hard to kill. You know, you could chop. It could be growing in the ground, a big goddamn tree. You can cut it level on the ground. And it'll just, you know, a couple days later you'll see like some new sprouts. It's hard to kill. You really have to like dig it out the ground in order to kill this. But yeah, moringa is pretty good, especially for its health benefits. Look forward to eating with that.